Hi guys, welcome back to yet another video. My name is Martin. I'm filming this in my storage unit tonight. Tonight being Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday. Had to think about that for a sec. It's been a busy week for me. On Monday, I went back to my local comic book shop. I hadn't been there in about 3 weeks, and I bought a bunch of stuff. But I went back yesterday for New Comic Book Day, and they only had three things for me. For some reason, the Marvel stuff hadn't arrived yet, and it was purely DC. It didn't bother me though because there was something that was on my want list. That I was dying for. Uh, and if you know this channel, you know how much of an Aquaman fan I am. And the first issue of Jeremy Adams' written series came out. I made a beeline for the comic book shop, bought it, realized that it actually wasn't on my standing order. So I quickly rectified that. I even thought about buying two issues because they had multiple copies on the shelf. I thought I could buy one and then I could keep one. But with the amount of stuff I buy, I thought I'll just buy the one issue. Um, Now, I have some other stuff to show off, and as I do on this channel, I have 4 books that I select from random, and I end on a key issue. These are 3 books that I bought yesterday, and this first one is Aquaman, but it's an Aquaman book from a period of time in which I really dug the storyline. So this is part of the Sub Diego storyline. So what happens is Professor Shin augments San Diego residents' bodies, and then there's a big experiment where he the sinks the town of or the city of San Diego, and they're all in the water, and they can suddenly realize that they can breathe underwater, and it becomes known as San Diego and Sub Diego. And of course, Aquaman is on call for just this massive change in people's lives. And let's see. Okay, so Will Pfeiffer wrote this, and it has this beautiful Patrick Gleason artwork. Every page just pops off, pops off the page, bounces off the page. It's absolutely gorgeous to look at. And Will Pfeiffer, he takes the time to tell these little incremental stories whilst also telling this huge overarching story. And I was incredibly impressed with the creative team's performance for this series. It ran for about 12 issues, um, and I just love it. I can't speak highly enough about it. But it just, if you have a chance of finding this in trade, do yourself a favor. Do yourself a favor. Find the Sub Diego storyline in the trades. Uh, Buy it, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I like talking about it. Now, I saw both Aquaman movies, and I enjoyed the first one. I enjoyed the second one because it harkened back to like a Saturday morning cartoon, but with Jason Momoa, there's just a little bit of darkness when it comes to this guy. There's just something about it that he can't. I don't know what it is, but it just seems like he can't do the Saturday morning whimsy, the Saturday morning cartoon, everything will be fine type demeanor. And why I'm bringing this up is because I picked up this monster of a book, but just look at the cover, look at the artwork, look at the colors. It just screams adventure, and rightly so because most of this is from Adventure Comics from the 50s. So it's got the index at the front, obviously. I mean, look, I've got to show it off. Just look at this. Where right there. Look at that. How can you just, how can you not fall in love with it? Um, I'm just in awe of this character. And look, when I read this to begin with, it was in the DC Showcase Presents. It was all black and white, and there was about 3 of them. And I bought them and I read them, and I absolutely loved them. But now I have it uh, in color. Like, I mean, look, I have this issue, back at home. I have read it, but it looks absolutely fantastic. And yeah, so Adventure Comics 229, 1956, Aquaman's undersea partner. That's the first story. So it goes from 1956 all the way through to 1962, the Aquaman from Atlantis, covered by Nick Cardy. Just Nick Cardy alone, like, incredible. I cannot wait to get through to this. I have a lot of stuff to read at home, but I think I might make a beeline for this because this is right up my alley. Now, what I also love about this is because the trade dress. I mean, look at it. You can have this, and there's a Superman one. There's an Action Comics, Wonder Woman. I think they've brought out Plastic Man. They all look alike, and I think it was about $40 Australian. I think. So not cheap, but certainly for what you get, it's worth the money. But if you want to have a bookshelf full of these books, it would look absolutely incredible, absolutely gorgeous. It's not something I would do, just purely from the cost and because I prefer to read floppies. But if I was to go the trade route, this would be it. Just because DC have gone, we know what our customers want. They want a uniform look, and they want something that they can show off on their bookshelf, and it will look $1,000,000. And I tell you what, it really does look $1,000,000. I feel like swearing. That's how happy I am with this book. But All Star Comics, thank you very much for getting that in for me. You guys were fantastic. But they also got me two books here. The next one is Brave and the Bold, issue 29. Now, this was just simply a reprint book that I snapped up. I read the solicitations, but I cannot for the life of me remember what the solicitations were about. But I do know that we have my boy Aquaman here looking great. And also another thing, DC is starting to bring out these older books as reprints, as facsimiles, and I'm all for it. I'm going to pick these up when and where they come about. Now, they've got the Hush storyline going on with the subsequent issues. I'm not terribly interested in that. I'm more interested in the books that are from a bygone era, in a period of time where I can't really afford to get the originals. Or if I did, they wouldn't be in as nice condition as this. So I will put this aside with my facsimiles, and I will read it eventually. But I picked this up yesterday, as I said I would. Aquaman #1. I put it in a bag and a board. This thing looks great. Now, the art is by John Timms. I was going to say Josh Timms. John Timms, and he is perfect for Aquaman. He can bring the seriousness, he can bring the fun and action and adventure, and there's a little bit of all of that in this. Now, Jeremy Adams is writing it, and it feels as if... Look, I don't want to say anything bad about it because I'm so happy that we have an Aquaman book, and it's so very, very good and fun. It just feels as if Jeremy Adams is trying to fit too much into the first issue. I think if he had gone at a slower pace, and just established the situation, and maybe a little bit more about Aquaman's powers, and brought in more concepts by, say, issue 3, issue 4, I think it just would have been a smoother run. But that's just my one critique of this. But I can't really fault it. I don't want to fault it. Now, if you're sitting on the fence when it comes to Aquaman, please don't. I would highly recommend that you pick this up. It was a lot of fun. That being said, I am very much biased towards Aquaman. Now, All Star Comics gave me a poster of this, and I hung it on my wall back in the office, back at home. So when I'm working, I have the door closed, and Aquaman's looking at me, and I might look over at him, and Yeah, but it's the cover. It's this cover, so I see it every day next to my 100 plus Aquaman action figures. I even have a Trident from the first movie that my wife got me for my birthday. I don't have the golden one. I just have the regular pewter steel one. It's still very good and it's huge. But anyhow, that's the video for today. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for letting me rant about Aquaman. As you can tell, he is my favorite character, and I'm very excited for where Jeremy Adams and DC are going to take Aquaman. And again, with the trade dresses for these books, I think DC are going all guns blazers. They're going down the right path, and it's never been a better time to start reading these books. So, thanks again for sticking with me. I hope to catch you at the next one. See you then.